Okay, we're still looking for a sponsor so we can come up with a logo and some credits. But until we do, and a theme song, right now we're going on another little Jimmie Zee kitchen excursion. And tonight, as you can see, look at that. It's lamb chops. Lamb chops, and these are Costco lamb chops. Are probably the best ones you can get. Fairly simple recipe, as you'll see. We're going to have a little bit of olive oil, and the olive oil is going to get mixed in with our little rosemary thyme mixture. You buy the rosemary thyme, you take a little bit of time, pardon the pun, and strip everything down and get it to the stage where you've taken a good sharp knife and got them down to crunchy areas, little small ones. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to take some of this olive oil, we're going to pour it in, and we're going to make like a little bit of a paste. And we'll use that paste to coat them. And once we get that done, we'll come back. Okay, so things are progressing here. Basically, we've taken our lamb with our rosemary thyme mixture. And as I said, it's just a bit of a paste. Put a little bit of a glob on them. Spread it out a little bit. And that's all there is to it for the lamb. Cooking the lamb, we're going to do it on the barbecue. And once we get to that stage, you'll see how incredibly easy the lamb can be to make. Now that we're this far ahead, we can talk about what we're going to do with it. We're going to have some fresh corn that's going to be reduced down, little colored baby spuds, and you can't have lamb without carrots. Well, no, we can't talk about that yet. But anyway, so as the prep continues, so will the instructions. Okay, just like magic, we see where we are now. As you can see with the corn, all we've basically done is taken a knife and cut the kernels right off the corn. We're going to put some water in there, let that reduce, and that basically just turns into candy. Little tip: if you actually have a job and don't have time to do this with real corn, you can probably do it with a can of kernel corn. But anyway, potatoes seem relatively simple. We'll just take the little guys, put them in there, cook them up. Carrots, here we go. Little bit of oil at the bottom so they don't stick. Drizzle of maple syrup, and then a little sprinkle of dark brown sugar. They're going to go into the oven at about 350, but timing and temperatures and all that kind of stuff we'll get to in just a little bit. Just showing you where we are, and we'll continue in a minute. Okay, folks, the barbecue is preheating on high. The oven has now reached its beautiful 400 degrees, so the carrots are going to go in, and we're estimating that's probably going to be 20-25 minutes. The corn we've added water to, and trying to maintain a nice rolling boil. And the potatoes, well, even MasterChef kids can cook potatoes, so we won't talk about them much. Anyway, we'll pick it back up to when the barbecue is going to happen. Okay, folks, the water is now boiled off the corn, and we've got some butter with a little bit of pepper on there. Give that a chance to caramelize. Potatoes, like I said, even MasterChef Junior's got those. So we're going to move over to the barbecue, and we'll just take a sneak peek at the carrots here. And, oh yeah, well that's about as much of a sneak peek as you need. Okay, so next is outside in the barbecue. Okay, here we are, moved outside. We've got the barbecue, scalding hot, a little flipper, and the biggest tool I can do with the barbecue, and that is my stopwatch with the backwards counter. Right now it's saying everything else in there has been on the go for 16 minutes, but what I'll end up doing is I'll set the backwards timer for, well, right now it's set at 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and that's about it. So instead of sticking them straight on the barbecue, I've got a skillet there. So we're going to just sort of Oh, they're just going to sizzle away. Lamb's one of those meals that I never thought I liked until I went on a holiday and a friend of ours ended up cooking it up. And by the time that was all said and done, I went, how can there be another protein in the world that I didn't enjoy? Because done right, it's really good. Okay, so all the lamb's on. We take the old backwards counter and we start it. And we're going to give it 4 minutes and 10 seconds on one side. We'll flip it. And these are nice and thick, so then we're going to stand them up on the bone and cook them there. So we'll check in just a minute. Okay, folks, here we go. The watch is saying that the second side is just about done, and we're going to flip it over. But just wanted to come to the corn here real quick. You can see how the corn is all boiled down, and it's starting to caramelize. This is the candy of the meal. Anyway, let's go check on the lamb. Okay, here we are. The lamb's been flipped once. Now the trick that I've been taught is once you've actually, each piece has been flipped, stand it on the bone for the same amount of time that you've done each side. What that seems to do is it throws the heat up through the center of the bone and makes sure that you're not eating raw meat in the center. But you let these guys sit like this, those bones will take that heat, drive it right up through the center, and once you actually go to eat it, scrumptious. Anyway, there you go. Okay, folks, we did the last of the standing part of the cooking of the lamb, and here we are. We're gonna cut into her, see how she is, but it's one of those ones where basically trust your watch, because your watch is going to do more for you than anything else. Anyway, folks, don't be fooled by any imitation cooking shows. Jimmie Zee's the one you want. Thank you much. Talk to you later. Bye.